Those who want to give the Viva, they should have been present. Okay. Yes, students, good morning. We are going to start with the Viva today. The first roll number that I want to start with is roll number C15, Atharva Gadgir. You should start with your introduction first, and then I will start with the question. Yes, Atharva, you can start. You put on your video, and you can start.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Atharva Garge. I am first year student of ENTC department, and I'm studying in PCCR.
Okay, fine. What are the topics that you have studied in unit number 1?
In
I can't
unit
see.
1,
I can't see your video. Just a second.
shall I reconnect?
Just a second. Let me see. You have joined with your roll number or your just name, Atharva?
And I joined with the PCCR ID.
Yeah,
Name only, I guess.
I can't. Just a second. Let me see. If I pin you, then I can see your video. Your video is not on. It's okay. You continue. Next time, you'll have to see that your video should be on. Is there any problem?
No, ma'am, I joined now. Will be on now.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Yes. Introduce yourself first. Once again.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, Atharva, you introduce yourself first once again, and then we'll go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Atharva Gadge, and I'm first year in ENTC department student of PCCR.
Okay, fine. And what are the topics that you have studied in unit number 1?
In unit 1, we studied about mean value theorems, RMBT, LMBT, and we studied about Taylor series, Maclaurin series.
Okay. What's the need of mean value theorems? Why we have
So
studied
mean
that?
value theorems can be used to determine velocities of objects, instantaneous velocities, and average velocities of objects.
Okay. So how it is related to derivatives?
Mean value theorem states that if I quote LMBT, like Lagrange's mean value theorem, then if a function is continuous in open A to B, in close A to B, and it is differentiable in open A to B, then there exists a point C such that the derivative of the function at that point is equal to f of B minus f of A upon B minus A. And this point C lies between A and B.
Okay, so that gives you the existence of derivative. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And how would you use this ahead for Taylor series and Maclaurin series? What's the relation?
For Taylor series, we basically find the series with the help of derivatives. Like
Yes.
for
Yes.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. And that existence of the derivatives has been given with the help of mean value theorem. Fine. Fine.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Atharva. These 2 points which I wanted to ask are clear. For the group discussion, I'll give you a topic. Okay. So I will
Yes,
go to the next student now. C17.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Shika. Introduce yourself.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I am Yashika Gujar. Currently, I'm studying in the first year in Electronics and Telecommunication Department. My roll number is 17.
Okay. What about mathematics as a subject?
Oh, so like you want me to tell how we use it?
You, what is your interest? How your liking towards mathematics is?
Okay. So first of all, it's a very logical subject. So it helps in your logical like it helps in building your logical abilities, and then it also has a lot of applications like like in every subject, it is used in some way or the other in finding equations or in getting solutions for some real life problems.
Okay, fine. Fine. Which are the topics that have you gone through in your M1 subject, and which one of them interests you the most?
Okay, so till now, we've done calculus, in which we have done differentiation. In that, we had mean value theorems, Taylor series, Maclaurin series, and then in second unit we have indeterminate forms, then Fourier series. In the third unit, we had okay, so third unit was
Partial differential.
partial differentiation, and then the fourth unit was applications of partial derivatives. So the chapter which was interesting was Fourier series a bit, because we'll use them in our second year, because
Okay.
electronics is our subject, and even the last unit, the maxima and minima wala unit, it was interesting. Yeah.
So, what is the, you all have done maxima minima in your high schools also, high
Yes,
secondary.
yes,
Now, what
yes.
was the basic difference between that maxima minima
Okay.
concept and here what we have done?
Yeah. So in 12th standard, we only had one variable. Like it was only dependent on one variable. But in this year, we got like the equations were dependent on more than two independent variables. So we had to use the concept of partial differentiation as well in this.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
And your group discussion will be later on. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. C42.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Sakshi. Introduce yourself first.
My name is Sakshi Sanjay Sanke. I am a first year ENTC student. My roll number is C42.
Okay. And why did you do it? Take engineering as your stream?
Actually, I like mathematics, so I choose engineering.
Okay. So you feel that mathematics is a part and parcel of engineering.
Yeah.
And if you have interest in engineering, then you should go for, if you have interest in maths, then you should go about it.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. How do you think it will be, maths will be given a chance to flourish during your engineering?
Actually, ma'am, um, mm,
What is the most nice part of mathematics that you like?
is differentiation and integration.
Not about, I'm not talking about topic. I'm talking why maths is your favorite subject. What makes you happy when you do maths?
Because I like the problem solving and
That's the most important thing. This is one of the major point what engineering students or engineers do. They do problem solving. And when you have interest in maths, given a question, until and unless you get the solution of it, you are not satisfied. So that jest which is there from that you get from mathematics has to be continued when you are doing engineering. And that's why the students who generally like maths, they say I should go for engineering. Getting it? So engineers are actually bound to do problem solving. And because of that, the students who love maths go for engineering. Okay. So one of the thing which is a basic, you say, output or outcome of mathematics and learning thing of mathematics is that you start thinking logically. You start thinking how to tackle a problem. You may not go to the correct solution, but at least the approach which is there. Okay, obviously the syllabus which is designed for you all in the mathematics, you are given the mechanism and that's why you get the solution. But when you understand the mechanism, you are able to apply it and get the solution. That's why problem solving is one of the basic thing which you should understand from mathematics. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Now, which are the, you said integration and differentiation is the topic which you generally like. Where we have used integration in the units that we have studied in mathematics 1.
differential calculus.
Yeah.
Calculus or in partial differentiation.
You have done differentiation. I'm asking about integration. Where you have used integration?
Integration. Taylor series and Maclaurin series.
Integration where you have used.
No, Fourier series.
Yeah,
Fourier.
Fourier series. Okay, so what is the part that you have used? We have whether you have used definite integration or indefinite integration in Fourier
Definitely.
series.
Definitely.
And what are those limits of definite integration for Fourier series?
0 to pi. Me, L to C plus 12.
Yes. So it's the what is that C to C plus 12?
Hey, period.
Yeah, period of the Fourier series. So what type of series we have Fourier series expansion?
A naught by 2. A
No,
naught
I'm not asking about what is the Fourier series. Which type of functions have Fourier series expansion?
functions. Exponential and trigonometric.
Why they have? What are the? Why it is actually? You told me about C to C plus 12. C to C plus 12. That you said is the period. So is this necessity of the function to have this period and then only we can write Fourier series? That's the question. What I want to ask.
Mm, yes, ma'am, it is necessary.
So what is that function called? If the function is so and so, then only we can write Fourier series. Nah? Don't get confused. You are telling the right answers. So what exactly it is? You told me period. So which type of functions have Fourier series?
Exponential.
You are telling me example. I'm asking in general.
Okay. X square.
Again, you are telling me example. I'm asking you a general question. Which functions? You told me period, na? The function has a period. C to C plus 12. Total period of the function is 2L. So the function is periodic, isn't it? Fourier series expansion exists for periodic functions. You gave me the examples. E raised to x, if it is periodic function, then it will have Fourier series. X square will have periodic. If it is periodic function, then it will have Fourier series. So the basic thing is Fourier series expansion exists for periodic functions, isn't it? Why you write C to C plus 12? So that's the whenever we ask a question, why which type of functions have Fourier series expansion, then you should say periodic functions have Fourier series expansion, isn't it? Those Dirichlet's condition what we saw. It should be periodic function. The integration should exist. Okay, fine, not a problem. You go through that. It's okay. Okay. So Dirichlet's conditions you go through. Fine. That's it. Okay, not a problem. Rule number 57.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Supriya. Put on your
Yes,
video.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah. Yes, you are visible.
am I
You
visible?
just yes. You tell
Okay.
me. Give me your introduction.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So this is other from first year ANTC department, roll number 57.
Just a second, Supriya.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Um, So this is other from first year ANTC department, roll number 57, and I'm in college, PCCO ER.
Okay. What to make you select a PCCR? How did you got to know about PCCR?
Ma'am, actually, I took my help from my father and his colleagues. They suggested me that this college is good, especially like a girl for me, because I'm a very logical person. I can't like study for hours, but if it is logical, I can study for like full day and night. I'm just it will for the continuous. I can like literally sit and study without getting distracted. So they suggested me, and I applied it.
Okay. Okay. And thank you for showing that confidence in our college, and I hope that is true also.
Yes, ma'am, it
Okay.
is.
Yeah. Fine. Fine. Now you tell me what did we study in unit number 3?
Okay, ma'am. In unit number 3, we learned about partial differentiation, and actually, we study in differentiation in class 11th and 12th. The basic difference in partial differentiation and differentiation is is that in partial differentiation we have variables more. In normal differentiation we have learned the variable which are dependent on a single variable.
Right. In partial, we have how many independent variables are there? Partial differentiation. Minimum how many are required for partial differentiation?
Minimum one.
I'm asking about independent variables.
Independent.
Dependent is the one which is z is equal to something like that.
Yes,
So
ma'am,
that
yes,
is
ma'am.
one. So independent is the one which z is depending on. So how many those variables are required for partial differentiation?
For partial differentiation, more than one.
That's all. So minimum 2 are required, and
Yes.
it can be 3, 4, and so on. What do you mean by partial differentiation? What do you do actually in that process?
Ma'am, in partial differentiation, we consider constant, we consider a variable constant and then differentiate another one. But in actual, it isn't constant, like it also depends.
Z depends on that variable you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So at a time we take one variable to be
Yes,
the one
ma'am.
which is changing, and the other one has been kept constant. And the second time we take the second one to be variable and the first one to be constant. Okay.
Yes.
Now what I wanted to ask you is, can you give me some application of this partial differentiation where we have used it?
Ma'am, we can use the partial differentiation to find the maxima or minima. For example, if I want to find the maxima for the area or for the volume of
Okay.
any.
Yeah. Then how do we get that? By using
By
what is?
using
Yeah.
Jacobian's formulas and all.
Okay, fine. There is something called as total derivative or total differential. If z is equal to a function of f of xy, then what is total derivative of z?
Total derivative of z will be uh, df upon dx, deba f upon deba x dx plus deba f upon deba y dy and so on, like same.
If there are more than two variables.
Yes,
Good.
more than two variables.
And that's what we use to find the errors and approximation concept. Area, what you're saying, maximize, minimize, area can be done ahead, but Aditya, please put your mic on mute. Aditya Dhogre. Yeah. Fine? That's fine. Okay. Your both the questions are done. Group discussion will do. Okay. Roll number 8, division D.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Sumit. Yes.
My name is Sumit Gulab Bhambe. I am currently a student of first year of computer engineering at PCCUR.
And tell something else also about yourself. What
Yeah,
else do you like? Where do you stay?
I live in Satana, Nasik.
Okay.
Yeah. I like playing games. I like maths.
Okay, fine. Yeah, basically, what do you think is the basic difference between your higher secondary mathematics and the mathematics that you have studied in M1, the first year of engineering till now?
Yeah. There is not just so much difference. It's just a deeper. We have studied just RMVT and NMVT in higher secondary, and now we are just using its application to find Taylor series, Maclaurin series, and more than that.
Okay.
So it's just deep of that.
Yeah, so you are moving from learning the concepts to now applying the concepts.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Which is the topic that can be used to find the area of a particular object? Have you studied?
Yes, we can use partial derivatives for finding areas or derivatives.
How?
Just for example, if it's a rectangle, then it's dependent on its length and breadth. So there are two variables which, if we change, then we need to apply partial derivatives for finding the area.
So you are talking about not exactly finding the area. For finding area, the
Maximum,
concept.
maximum.
maximum value or minimum value, or if there is error in the area, that we can calculate with the help of partial derivatives. So this will be used for, if in case you come across any engineering problem of this type, it will be used for finding the errors using whatever concepts I have done in M1. But what I wanted to ask you is actual, which we have not done in M1, suppose. Do you know any concept which is used to find area?
Integration.
Yes, absolutely right. So what is that concept? Can you just elaborate on it?
If you see graph of function like e raised to x from like 0 to something 2, then the area below the curve is the integration of that curve from 0 to 2 is the area.
Yeah. So you require definite integration.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And do you know what is actually done to find that area under the curve? How do you get those areas?
Yeah, actually it's divided, we just divide into small parts like 0 plus h, then again plus h, and the length. So it's just the sum of it.
Yeah, the
Yes,
rectangles which
rectangle,
are.
yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Very good. Nice way of explanation. Okay. Thank you. We will take the group discussion later.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Roll number 10. D division roll number 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Ritika. Yeah, introduce yourself first.
Yes, ma'am. Good
Yes.
morning, everyone. This is Ritika. I study at PCCR, first year engineering, computer science department.
Yes. Why did you select for computer branch? Go for computer branch.
In 12th, 11th, and 12th standard, I had bifocal, that is computer science, and I kind of had interest in it. And computer science is also more about mathematics and coding, so I like that. So,
Okay. Basically, how do you feel that mathematics is related to computer engineering?
while coding, we use many functions, like we require mathematics and actually many things, not only in coding but also in day-to-day life. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Does mathematics really help you to develop the logic of coding?
Yeah, it helps to develop the logic required for coding. Yeah, it does.
Fine. Okay. Tell me now, which topic we have done in Maxima, this unit number 4. What are the topics that we have done in unit 4?
Unit 4 is basically about applications of partial differentiation, where we learn about Jacobian, about and minima, about errors and approximation.
Okay. So Jacobian, how exactly, there are many things which we can do with Jacobian, but what was the basic need of Jacobian? Why it was been introduced? What's the formula for Jacobian?
There's the matrix of Jacobian, where a function f depends on x and y, then we take the partial differentiation of variables.
Yeah, so what it is actually, can you define it? Do you remember the formula? Deb of uv with respect to xy?
Matrix of deva y by deva x, or let's take a function as deva f by deva x, deva f by deva y, and then deva f by deva
You define a function. Let u be equal to, say, some function. U is equal to some.
U and v depends on x and y. So deva u by deva x, deva u by deva y, deva v by deva x, and deva v by deva y.
Yeah. So what actually you're doing, you are writing the derivatives of ub, which are in terms of xy. So what you're doing, you're trying to change something here, the variables.
We are taking the partial differentiation. We'll get deva v by deva y, then we keep the x constant, and vice versa.
Okay, fine. So where do we use this? The application of this Jacobian is done in one of the topic. which will be there for you ahead in M2. I had explained. Do you remember that concept?
Areas and volume.
Yes, so correct, right. Area, finding the area and volume, that is double and triple integration. So what I had told you, do you remember that? How we are going to use it?
No, not exactly.
Okay, so let me tell you that right now. We are going to transform the variables. For example, double integration if you want to do, then when we transform the variables UV to say, or XY to say polar coordinates R and theta, then that dx dy has to change to dr d theta. So directly x is not r and y is, yeah. So that Jacobian comes as the factor multiplied by the in the transformation.
We used to transform the coordinates.
Correct. So xy, when it is to be transformed to r and theta, we will get dx dy to be equal to Jacobian into dr d theta. Okay. Yeah. Fine, Ritika. Yeah. Good discussion we'll take on later.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. And now I think so. D31. Aditi Hanbarade, na? Yes, Aditi. Put on your video and introduce yourself. Yeah.
My name is Aditi Yogesh Ambarde. I'm in Computer Science Branch D Division in PCCU Raleigh.
Okay. Yeah, Aditi. From where you have done your schooling?
Podar International School and 11th, 12th from FITCI Integrated.
Okay. So basically, what have you studied in unit number 2 in M1?
Yes, ma'am. In unit number 2, I have studied using the Fourier series for harmonic analysis.
Yeah. So, what is the basic difference between the Fourier series that we have done for continuous functions and harmonic analysis?
For continuous functions are like exponential functions in which we have to find the Taylor and Maclaurin series using Fourier series, and in harmonic analysis we have like a function of sin x or something which has a graph, harmonic graph.
Harmonic analysis is done for which type of data? How do you solve harmonic? What do you mean by harmonic analysis? What is the data given to you?
Data given is basic equations like sin x or the curves, harmonic curves.
Just again try to recollect what we have for Fourier series. Given function. What is the given function? So Fourier series, the questions are what type are there? What type of questions are there in Fourier series? F of x is equal to?
F of x is equal to some equation. Which
Yeah.
we have to, yes.
And then what is given? Period is given.
Yes.
The function is defined in this period, and it is given to be like equation. For example, x square e raised to x and all. So which are these are functions which are periodic. So in that period, they are either continuous, correct, and they are differentiable also. If they are not differentiable, then they can be having a finite non-differentiability, which we can remove. Okay.
We can also find their coefficients using sin x cos x.
Yeah, so those are, yes, that is a naught, a and b, and you use that and you try to find the value of those coefficients and then you put in the Fourier series. For that you use the integration. So integration is possible because the function is continuous, x square and so on. But what do we do in harmonic analysis? Try to recollect what we do. What is the data given? It's in a table form, na?
Yes.
So is it a continuous data?
No, we find if the function is even or odd first. And then
for harmonic analysis, again you're going back to Fourier series. Even odd is found in Fourier series when it is given as a function, say x, x square, and in the range minus L to L. Then we go for even odd. I'm talking about, yes, Anjali, you're right, Anjali Parvane. It is discrete data, na? We are given for one particular value of x, we are given f of x. Isn't it? For x is equal to 0, value of y is 1. For x is equal to pi by 6, value of f of x or y is 5224. So the data given is discrete. So the basic difference between Fourier series, what we use, both of them give you Fourier series only. But one is for continuous data that we do with the help of integrations. and harmonic analysis is done with the help of for discrete data. And that is since if the data is discrete, what mathematic operation we use? There we use integration. Now in harmonic analysis, what do we use?
Differentiation. No, yes, integration only, but the tabular form is given.
Okay, it's okay, Aditi. I will tell you the solution. We are using summations. Where did we use integration? That integration we converted into summation, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, no?
Yes.
What was the formula? What's the formula of A naught for harmonic analysis?
A naught is equal
2 by m
2 by m
summation. Why?
n is equal to 0 to infinity.
Not infinity. 0 to m minus 1.
0 to m minus 1.
It's okay. You are giving the Viva for the first time. So even if you know all the things, you are getting a bit tensed. It's okay. So what you do, I'll tell you once the entire session is done. Fourier series integration is used for continuous data. Harmonic analysis is used for discrete data. Okay, and try to remember the formulas so that when I ask for that, you'll be able to write down. Tomorrow's session, I'll also ask formulas, at least formulas for all of them. Is it okay, all the students? I have not asked right now too much into depth of formulas, but I will ask what is the formula for A naught, AN, and so on. Okay, yeah. Fine, Aditi, not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Roll number 52.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, introduce yourself, Neeraj, first.
Hello, ma'am. I am Neeraj Kulkarni. I am in D Division, PCCAR, and I live in Chinswad. So, yeah, this is me.
Okay, fine. You are being selected as a CR. So, how do you feel that responsibility on you?
Actually, I personally feel that I can handle the leadership qualities and the coordination between students and teachers. Hence, I participate in the CR interviews. So, yeah.
Okay. And you are enjoying that responsibility given to you?
Yes, very much.
Okay. And hope that is from the other side also. All the students also are enjoying, understanding, or are able to get his help. Remaining students, can you just, the students who are there, division D, 8, 10,
Yes,
31?
ma'am.
I think so, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so it should be both way around. Fine. Yeah, let's come to maths now, Neeraj. So again, let me come to that Fourier series. What is the use of Fourier series, you think?
The Fourier series is used in like electronic circuits and all. We convert the functions into sine and cos forms, such that the waves, the electrical waves can be converted into the
Sinusoidal waves.
we can give the logic in form of sine and cos.
Yes. Actually,
Because
yeah.
input, right?
So, what type the functions which are given to you, they will be converted to, you are saying, trigonometric functions.
Trigonometric functions, yes.
So, and that will be in waveform. So, waveform is understood by electronics gadgets more quickly, and that will be helpful in the analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Now, again, let's come to basic difference between continuous function and discrete function. So, what is the conversion from a continuous? Obviously, both of them are giving us a Fourier series expansion only. But
Right.
then, what is the basic difference between continuous function and discrete data?
The graph of the continuous functions is not is in the like when you see the graph of e raised to x, for example, there is no no
break
gap between the break in the graph. And when we see the discrete data, the function is continuous, but the values we are getting from the y are not in continuous manner.
That's good. Actually, very good that you have understood that even discrete data is continuous. We can convert it to that. It is given in parts, but we can actually form the function, and that's what we are doing. That discrete data which is given, we are writing the Fourier series expansion as a summation of sine and cos, which is becoming a continuous function.
Yes.
Okay. Can you just tell me what is half range cosine series?
If a function, right, like if any function, it can continuous function, it can be, we are converting the if the range of that function is suppose from minus 2 pi to 2 pi, so we are converted the function into 0 to 2 pi range and representing it in cosine form.
Okay,
From
fine. So the range which is given is full or half?
the range given is full, but we are converted into half range.
Can anybody else elaborate on this? Is this correct? Range given to us in the half range question, is it half or full? Anjali, you are
The
right.
range
Half full.
itself is half, but it can also be
We
converted
have
into the full.
correct.
Yeah.
We extend it in full range. You are
Yeah,
given
we
half
extend-
range.
yeah,
We
yeah.
convert it into full range. That conversion is done in such a way that the function becomes. Yes,
Uh,
Anjali, can you tell the answer, Anjali?
Ma'am, can you repeat? I was not.
Yeah. The question I said that the given range is half. For finding the Fourier half range cosine series, if I convert it to full range, what the function is converted, whether how it is extended.
Ma'am, it is extended into an odd function, and
Just a second, I'm asking for half range cosine.
sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, it will be extended into an odd function. Ma'am, you are asking graphically or?
No, this what you're saying, that is only my expectation, but rethink over it whether it will be extended as odd function for half range cosine or even function for half range cosine.
Ma'am, even function.
Yeah, so that's what you said odd, na? So I was a bit. When you want to get half range cosine function, it will be extended as even, and if you want half range sine function, it will be extended as
odd function.
Odd function. Yeah, fine. Thank you, Anjali. Yes, Neeraj, one more question I wanted to ask you. Taylor series was there with us to find out the expansion, but still we found Fourier series. Can you tell me why?
When the functions are not differentiable, then we use the Fourier series. The functions can be Fourier series also used for the periodic functions.
Yeah.
And the Taylor series can be the functions which are used to expand the tail with the help of Taylor series are differentiable, can be differentiable many times.
Yeah. That's a correct answer. Only I'll elaborate on it. Is that it is a continuous function? It is differentiable, and for Fourier series, it can be discontinuous. And if it is if it is discontinuous, then definitely the question of differentiability does not arrive. But that discontinuity can be removed if it is finite.
Finite, yes.
Okay, so it should have it can have discontinuity, but that should be finite. So the first most important part was, if it is a discontinuous function, then I cannot write Taylor series. So what to do? Then we thought about Fourier series. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Neeraj, for that answer. Yeah. So now all the basic individual Viva for each student is done, which took us around I think so 20 minutes. Now let's go to the group discussion. In this, I want all of them, all these students, roll number 15, 17, 42 and 57 from C division, and D division 8, 10, 31 and 52. All of you all please put on, switch on your video, and I'll give you one question. This will be an easy question. Discuss on that right now only. We'll take 2 minutes and try to tell me the solution for it. And the leader of this group will be D10, Ritika. Okay, Ritika will be the leader of this group. You will be telling me the final solution. First of all of you all put your videos on. Neeraj, then Yashika, Aditi, Aditya, Aditi Hambarde, Atharva Gadgil, sorry, not Aditya, Atharva Gadgil. Atharva, you are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Why again I can't see your, yeah.
No, I'm
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6. 2 more students. Aditi is there. 1, 2, 3 from C. Yes, Sunit is also there. 42. Sakshi Salunke.
Yes, ma'am.
You're there?
I know.
Your video is on?
Ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I'll give you the question. You think over it and tell me what is the final solution to it. Okay. Suppose you are given a rectangle. Okay. And the original length and breadth of this rectangle is 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter. You can write down the question. Original length and breadth are 4 centimeter and 3 centimeter. 4 and 3 centimeter. Then there is a small error in finding the length and breadth, and that is given by 0.1 plus 0.1 for length and minus 0.2 for breadth.
Ma'am, is this in percentage or?
No, this is in this is in what you say, change, error, actual error.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Then find what is the error in the total calculated area. Total, you all have to discuss within yourself.
Ma'am, the error in breadth was?
Minus 0.2.
Okay.
Don't do it individually. Try to first you take 1 minute to think over it and then you discuss among yourself. Yes, Kunal, you can also solve it. Yes, everybody has gone through the question. Discuss and tell. Yeah, each one of you first put on your ideas.
Can I
Yeah.
first?
Yes, Neeraj.
Yeah, okay.
We are given the length and breadth of that area, sorry, the rectangle, and we are given the actual error in the length and breadth. So we know the formula for area is length into breadth. So by partial differentiating it
Yes.
with respect to finding the differential of the equation first. dA will be L dB plus B dL, and when we divide the whole equation by L and B, so we on the left hand side we get dA by A is equal to dL by L plus dB by B. So we can put on the values and find the answer.
Yes, Ritika handles the entire group and ask others to discuss whether whatever he has said is correct.
I actually wrote as dA is equal to LdB plus BDL, and then we can directly substitute the value.
Yeah, ask the others. Ask the others.
Atharva and Aditi.
First, we can find the actual area without error, and then we can change it and find the error percentage.
Atharva?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, put in your comments about. You discuss among yourselves first. I just will be listening. You all discuss within yourself and tell me what will be the conclusion.
Oh, was my approach correct? I mean, the
you have to do differentiation, but then
I think there's no need of dividing by L and B.
Yeah, I felt that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can directly substitute the values, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, each one of you all have give your inputs because it's a group discussion, isn't it? Sumit?
Yes,
We'll use error multiplication, right?
yes.
First,
Yeah.
we can add those errors and then find new way.
Yes.
So what it is, Ritika, first of all of you all can just send whatever you have written on your page to Ritika with the help of chat box, and then she can compile it and present it. That we can do. And you have to talk. If it is a discussion, you have to talk among yourself, not to me.
Can we find another method like without using the differential?
Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking the people.
Yes,
Yeah.
good.
I don't think that there is another method because it depends on two variables, so it's hard.
No, not by differential, but the conventional physics method, right? Like the using of dependency of area, length on area and breadth on area. So that way, I'm thinking, but I'm not sure about the method. So I'm asking you guys. You are not responding.
No, that's
You can try
actually,
it, no?
yeah, you can try. Whatever you are saying, Neeraj, you put it in on page and see whether it works out. One way
Okay,
is
sure.
what you all are doing is good. Yes, Sakshi, what you have to say?
Ma'am, direct substitution.
What is that? Yeah, tell me.
dl by L plus dt by T.
Okay. df by
dl by
dl by what?
L.
You have got you have applied log on both sides, you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Everybody is ready with their solution?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the final answer? Ritika, you please handle and ask them what is the answer that they've got.
I got 0.48 plus.
What?
Plus 0.48. 48.
48.
Yes.
Ritika, what you have got?
I got minus 0.5.
I got 0.52.
Okay, now it's the job of you all 8 students. Check which is the correct answer by discussion and give me the correct answer. Ritika, you discuss with them what it is, how you got minus 0.5. Then 0.52, Yashika will tell. Yeah.
So what I basically did is differentiate A. So I got dA is equal to LdB plus dTL, and then I substituted the value given.
Because the question is what? What is the question? Find the error.
Error.
So DA is asked.
And Yashika, yours?
Yeah. No, I just did like मैंने ऐसे I just found the area first, normal जो दिए थे values उससे,
Then I did.
and then but I think that's a wrong approach. So
Yes, because
maybe
what's the reason? Can anybody elaborate why it is wrong? Yes, Sumit, can you tell? Ritika, whatever I am doing now, that you should be doing as a leader, and the others should be answering it. Is it okay? This I am telling you because tomorrow we'll have to do this, and this turn can come on anyone. It's not only Ritika; it can come on Sumit. It can be Sakshi. Any of you can be a leader. So you should be handling the entire conversation. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sumit?
Yes.
Yeah, what have you done?
Yeah, the same method you have done, like LDB plus BDL, it comes 0.5.
Yeah, minus point.
Yeah, minus
It's
0.5.
minus
Yeah,
0.5, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, Neeraj had a different approach. So,
Yeah,
Neeraj,
so the area must be 11.5, not 12. If we go by direct approach, then it's 12,
Yeah.
but the error is of
Yeah.
minus 0.5.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
right.
Okay, so
Neeraj and Neeraj.
I tried the other method, but I felt that the previous method was much easier, and I also got the minus 0.5 as answer.
Yeah, okay. So everyone is equal, right? Everyone got the same answer.
Anjali, Sakshi.
Atharva had different answers, so
Yeah, Atharva. Yeah. Atharva, you got some different answer.
Yes, ma'am. I tried it first without differentiation. Like I found out the area without error, then area with error, and I subtracted it. So I was getting
0.52 होना चाहिए ना फिर मैंने भी वही
आया like
हाँ.
वैसे आया
0.52 and then error will be 4.
minus 0.5 वाला था.
Yeah, minus 0.5. No?
Minus 0.5. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
what's the
everyone got the
conclusion?
same answer, no?
yeah, the area is 11.5 as the
11.5.
error was of minus
Yes,
0.5.
11.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And could you? Everyone is convinced that why the other method is wrong.
Yes.
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 Because change is in two variables, so you have to you have to consider both of the changes.
Both the variables.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Both
and
variables.
yes. Yeah, fine. So tomorrow's what we have to do is in the group discussion after you come to this conclusion. Okay, Ritika will have to compile that solution, and I'll put a tag in Google Classroom, and the readers who are there, they will have to put it, or all of you all can put the same compiled solution on that under that tag.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Only the question was a bit okay today, easier one. Maybe tomorrow you may not get the answer. Whatever approach you have done, you'll have to put it.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Done? Yeah. So, yeah. So both the sessions are done now. First session was individual and second was group. So we have completed it, and this I will send on the Google Classroom. Let me stop the recording.
So, ma'am, tomorrow